This week in Los Angeles, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg took the stand in a landmark trial, alleging major social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube were designed on purpose to make kids and teenagers addicted to screens. Meta and Google's YouTube are named in the lawsuit. Both companies have denied the allegations and say they have protective features in place for young people. Joining us now is Deb Schmill. Schmill says her youngest daughter was sexually assaulted and a target of revenge porn. She says in September of 2020, Becca bought cocaine from a dealer Deb says she found on Facebook that was laced with fentanyl, and it killed her. She was just 18 years old. Now, with the Becca Schmill Foundation, Deb is working to keep phones out of schools and protect kids from online harms. Deb, thank you so much for joining us on ABC News Live Crime. Really appreciate it. First and foremost, our condolences to you and your family. As you work to keep phones out of schools and protect kids online, what was it like for you to hear Mark Zuckerberg testify this week?
It was surreal. I sat in that courtroom and heard him claim that he was actually interested in protecting his users, which I know is not true, or I certainly believe is not true, but I think the evidence shows that it's not true. Time and time again, he has chosen profits over protecting his users.
Deb, I want to go back to a moment in 2024 that you might be familiar with. Zuckerberg turned around when he was testifying on Capitol Hill and apologized to the parents in the audience. Do you think Zuckerberg and Meta are taking responsibility in this lawsuit, that they are trying to protect kids online?
I was there in the Senate hearing room when Mark Zuckerberg turned around to the parents and supposedly apologized. It was hollow, and we all knew it. As soon as he left that courtroom, he spent millions of dollars fighting against legislation that us, the parents, had been working so hard to get passed, including, and maybe most importantly, the Kids Online Safety Act, a bill that had passed the Senate 91-3 last session, and it couldn't make it through the House because of the money he spent to block it, along with the fact that House leadership refused to bring it to the floor. And we believe that was because of the advocacy by Mark Zuckerberg and other big tech companies. It was reintroduced this session in early 2025 on the Senate side, and currently has 76 co-sponsors on this. Co-sponsors, so senators who have co-sponsored the bill and would vote in favor of it if it came to the floor. Right now, it has features in it or language in it that we find completely unacceptable and would not want to see that bill become law. It would be more harmful than helpful.
When you think about this trial, when you see it moving forward, what does justice look like for you and so many families that have been through what you've been through?
Yeah, so I will say we certainly don't want to end up with just an apology from Mark Zuckerberg. They've allowed children to die for profits. And so, yes, we hope for a guilty verdict, that they find that Meta and YouTube are guilty of addicting children and harming children, and then they are forced to change their products and make them safe.
Deb, you've turned your pain into purpose. If you could just briefly tell us about the Becca Schmill Foundation and also Parents SOS.
We focus on three areas. We focus on advocacy, such as working for to pass the Kids Online Safety Act. We also do state level advocacy. We fund research, and we support education for the community to learn about the topics that we're concerned about, the topics that impacted Becca. And so we're talking about sexual assault, online harms, and substance use. And all of these topics are interrelated. You know, the harm that my daughter experienced online is what led to her seeking out substances to make her feel better.
Can you just tell us a little bit about your daughter, Becca?
Sure. So Becca was kind, loving. Our favorite thing to do was to snuggle and watch a TV show. And she was adored by me, by our whole family.
Deb, thank you for sharing Becca's story with us. We know it's not easy. We thank you for your advocacy in protecting children online. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
We reached out to Meta for a statement. A spokesperson said, for over a decade, we've listened to parents, worked with experts and law enforcement, and conducted in-depth research to understand the issues that matter most. We use these insights to make meaningful changes, like introducing teen accounts with built-in protections and providing parents with tools to manage their teens' experiences. We're proud of the progress we've made, and we're always working to do better.